So we're going to go in next with the gold areas. It's a 50-50 mix between Glorious Gold for Vallejo game color and gold from Vallejo's model air as well. It just gives it a little bit more of a metallic sheen than just a straight Vallejo Glorious Gold in this case. Here I'm just going to go in with Nuln Oil over top of all the silver areas. There's a bunch of gray colors that'll be on the sky as well, so we're going to go in with Althuan Gray. That's one of the layers out of the Citadel layer range. So it'll be things like Purity Steel ribbons or feathers or the like. Next we're going to go in with Dark Flesh Tone by Vallejo Game Color, and we're going to do all the ropes. This is sped up a fair bit quicker, just because doing some ropes is kind of boring. Now that the ropes were base coated, we're going to go back in with that base color dark flesh tone and then add in some model color beige and start painting on some of the highlights. And here we're going to wash the gold areas with Seraphim Sepia. And here we're going to grab some Vallejo model color black and just black out the joints that are along the back of the knees and in the wrists or the elbows and across the body like that. So working on the red areas, we're going to go in with black and gory red mixed together to give a nice dark base, and then we'll go in with just gory red afterwards to highlight it a little bit more. I did have a bit of a tech glitch there. The reason it switched frames so quickly is I ran out of space on the card I was using, but we're just going to keep on painting in the red. In this case, we're doing the Deathwing emblem on the right shoulder. To highlight the red on the handle, I'm going to use the airbrush just with a really fine tip to go in there with it. I think I was actually using Stray Scarlet and I didn't end up using Gory Red as the highlight color here. If I was a bit more patient, I would have used some masking fluid just around the bone parts of the hand. If you were noticing on the photos beforehand, there's a little bit of overspray there, so masking fluid can be super useful to make sure that you can minimize the amount of overspray that you're really getting. But in this case, I was just trying out to see how control of a spray I could really get. And here we're going to go in with Vallejo Model Color Scarlet to do the highlighting of the red that I didn't want to airbrush. So in this case it'd be things like the actual seals of purity seals and that any kind of broken swords for the Deathwing emblems that are across the model. Here I'm going in with the same gray patterns as we did before for the skull that's on the bottom of the assault cannon. As it's going along, I realized that I missed the red on one of the seals, so you're going to see me grab a red. Fill them in here. The purity seals are the same kind of idea. I'm just mixing a little bit more white to the Alto and gray to to make it the color that I'm looking for. Agrax Earthshade is going to be my shade for some of the purity seals, and as well as the feathers that are on the model. The next step is to highlight all the metals or put on new metallics with Vallejo Model Air Aluminum. Here I'm going to try to finish off the feathers by highlighting them with white. I'll then go in with some red to put in some extra details. Actually, the red is already on there, to put on some extra details. This is with scarlet, putting in things on diagonal. I don't end up capturing it here, but afterwards I realized that the red needs a little bit more definition, so I do a red and black mix as an outline. Actually, there I'm going with some of the red to give a bit more detail onto the feathers. I'm going to do a light OSL effect with the lenses on this guy, both his eyes and then the targeting reticle. It's just with the airbrush, nice tight spray. You can see the spraying onto my thumb. A little bit of overspray will create the OSL, and then I'll go in afterwards with some BL10 green as a wash just to give definitions around the eyes. And here is our finished project. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this.